Hello and welcome back to another Understand Your Buyer video. In this video, we're looking at the deadline buffer. So what is it? Well, the deadline buffer is all about just simply adding some extra time to any real hard deadlines that you might have, and it's all about giving you and your buyer some breathing space. So how does it work? Well, it works quite simply because it accommodates our natural human instinct to leave absolutely everything to the last possible second. If the real deadline for a particular project is Friday, for example, with your client, so they have to get something back to you by Friday, then communicate Wednesday to them. And by doing that, you ensure that you're going to have a response way ahead of time and you've got time to deal with any issues that may arise. It's really common for people to miss deadlines and work to the very last minute, so having a buffer simply helps to prevent that. If your buffer deadline is missed, then actually all is not lost. And ironically, in the eyes of the buyer, if you've given them the deadline of Wednesday, but the real deadline is Friday, and they come to you on Thursday and say, oh my God, James, please can you help me? And of course, you can still make it happen. Then you look great in the eyes of your buyer because it looks like you're pulling out all the stops. When the reality is, we've just built in an extra buffer because we know how people behave and we know people are going to leave things to the last minute. So how can you use it? Well, quite simply, add an extra day or two or more as appropriate. How much additional time you might need without making things too onerous. Add that buffer to your deadlines, communicate that with your buyers. Now, this isn't about misleading people. This is actually about looking after them and saving them from themselves, because most people will do things at the very last minute and at the deadline or even beyond the deadline. So giving them a buffer saves potential future issues. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, if your client misses the deadline, you've still got time to play with. So in their eyes, you can look very good because you've actually helped them to overcome an issue. So that is the deadline buffer. Adding a buffer to a hard deadline can buy extra time for you and your client whilst avoiding that annoying last minute rush. Well, that's it for another Understand Your Buyer video. And if you like this kind of stuff, then you'll definitely like the book, which you can buy at understandyourbuyer.com.